We are good to go. All right, so Kat Chancellor with Stamp Art Connection and stampartconnection.com, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. It is Wednesday, and I've got a couple of things to put out. As I stated in my introduction, that we have when we use our host code, which I post, and I did post the host code for May, for those that that use the host code, I do a drawing to give the people who use the host code, they get a free gift because they made orders. And Monica, you will be getting a free gift, as well as the orders for the month of May that came in that met the criteria. Rosa Jackie will also be getting gifts. And let me show you what I'm going to be sending you. You're going to be getting a paper pack. Oops. You're going to be getting a sample of different kinds of embellishments, and they're from the annual catalog. And you're going to get a special paper pack, a sample paper pack of all the DSP that is most of the DSP that's in the current catalog. So you're going to be able to get everything. And this way, if you want to make some orders, since a lot of these are going to be last chance items, you can go ahead and get those. And let me just show you. Let me get the screenshot, my desk shot here. Transition over. Okay, so here's my envelope, which is ready to go. And here's all the different papers that you're going to get. A couple kind of from each of the different DSPs. And as a bonus, I'm sending you some DSP from the Bumblebee DSP that was totally sold out. It was so popular. So that's your special gift this month, with some neat embellishments for the orders that you put in for last month, making for the host code. And that's why it's so it's good to use a host code. It's there to encourage, not only you put in an order, but I'm going to send you something that you can use. Now, having said that, I also want to tell you that should you put in an order for the either one of the, and let me just the ornate bundle, either one of those cards, those stamp sets, and it's on my blog, I will be sending out a sample pack of all the DSP. So you just get the bundle, and then I'll send you the sample pack of the DSP, 6x6 sample pack with some of the fancy embellishments, and that will go to you free for just buying just one of the bundles. So those are some of the offers that I have for this month. So thank you very much for making those orders, and thank you for sharing. And I like to give you a short video now, tutorial about something that you can use with any stamp set. It doesn't necessarily have to be Stampin' Up!, because I like to share ideas and techniques that you can apply to anything. All right, so then let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to go ahead and go back to my desk. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I wanted to show you a card that I've been working on, and this is going to be a tutorial that I'll be doing this week. It's a little involved, so I kind of have to get my act together with how to explain this, but it's basically called a special folded gated card. And a fancy Gatefold card is what it's called, and I'm kind of working out the dimensions and also how to put it together, because it's a little involved, especially with some of the measurements and getting that correct, but I really like that. So you can expect to see a live video tutorial on this this week, so stay tuned. It'll either be on this channel, on my Facebook Live, or more than likely it'll be on my YouTube channel, which I will stream live. I like streaming live this week simply because or these last weeks, simply because it kind of cuts down. It helps me to put content out, and I don't have to really worry a lot about doing a lot of editing. So I'm trying to get better at doing live. So please give me your comments if there's something I'm doing that you like. Okay, so the cards that I'm going to show you today, the project that I want to demonstrate today is this. This is called a telescoping circle card, and you open this up like this, and it creates this really nice card that has a lot of, I think, neat applications. It's not only something you could send for someone for a birthday, and they could hang it somewhere on their bulletin board, or even they could put, you could put a magnet on the back and put it on their refrigerator. But it's also kind of a neat idea for the holidays, because, I mean, just look how you can put this together, and whatever you put in front is going to kind of stand up for like even an ornament. So I really like this, and this is what I want to show you. I did a lot of these because they were so easy to do, and the way I did this front is I used the ornate garden design, which you may recognize, and I did I used some dimensional paints to kind of give it a look of a cloisonne, and just to kind of give it a little bit of extra pop, and then just a piece of So Saffron DSP, and then the green is mint macaron, and that's what our green is right there. And I used our stitched circle dies to put this together, and you're going to need some brads. But it was so easy that I was able to not only put a number of these together, but also they fit the 3x3 envelopes that are in the annual catalog. And I'll have to check to see. I think these will still be in the new annual catalogs, but I'll have to check on that. So here are the project. And then over here I have what I'm going to put together, and here are the dies that I used. Now these dies came from both the stitched circle dies and the layering circle dies. And let me these are the stitched circles, and these are the layering. And I used this set, there must be like 20 dies in there. These are the largest. This is the largest die, and then I used the next inside one. This is the largest stitched circle die, and then I used a smaller one. You can use larger dies if you have them. When I was looking this up, the instructions actually had a 3-inch, and I think this is more like a 2.5. This is kind of 3-inch on the outside, and on the inside it's more like 2.5. This may also be a good idea for like a different shape. It doesn't necessarily have to be a circle. This is the one I'm going to put together right here. Here is my DSP that I cut out with, and let me pick this up here. So I used this circle die, which is like the next shape, to cut out my outside. You're going to need 2 of those, and I used just a piece of Whisper White. I then cut out with the larger one, I cut out a white and a yellow. The white is going to go on this, the last one, and the yellow is where I'm going to stamp my sentiment. And then I kind of had this one pulled out because I didn't know if I wanted to put scallops over this top one. I didn't do that, but I had it pulled out because I was just kind of playing with that idea. So here's the largest of the scallop die, and again, I just cut that out, and that's going to be my my back. So this is kind of what they look like. 3 sizes to layering on top of each other for the telescoping die, and here are my dies using the stitched circle dies and the layering circle dies, and I'll have this all on my blog. I haven't gotten to the point of putting that together. So I'm just going to move those out of the way. Now we're going to put this together, and it's going to kind of go like this, and we're going to need the back because we're going to put some ribbon. But I'm also putting together these cards because I thought these were kind of fun. And let me show you what I'm doing there. So if this is my top, and here I just used DSP, and I added some of these neat gems that come with the, they're gilded gems that come with the ornate garden set. And these are some of the samples that I'll be sending out with the DSP. So this is sample DSP from that ornate garden set. So I cut out 2, and then I went ahead and I embossed in gold the sentiment, which is going to be our next layer. And then I cut out the scallop is in gold foil for this one to kind of match this gold, and then copper in this one to match the kind of this silver copper foil that's on this DSP. So we're going to put those together, and I went ahead and put, just to show you how these go sandwiched. And the reason why I let these dry, and I did it first, is because I do it with glue, and I have my all-purpose glue, and it gets a little soft, so I wanted it to dry. So I basically put the ribbon in there and close it, and then I let it dry, because now I'm going to use a punch, and here is my punch, which is my piercing tool. I'm going to use a piercing tool to pierce for my brads. So I just wanted that to be nice and firm and not wet. And then it's going to look like this. And that's going to be our circle card. So we're going to put these two together. And I'll show you how to put the ribbon on. Let me grab some ribbon over here, and we'll put the ribbon on this one so you can see how I put it on, and then we'll go ahead and put the entire card together. And again, these fit very nicely in the 3x3 envelopes, and I think I already said that. So I'm going to use a piercing mat. Now this piercing mat is in the annual catalog. This is going away. So if you, I love this. I actually went in and I bought a couple more because I use this for my photopolymer stamping, and you can probably substitute it with the foam mat that's with the Stamparatus, but I just think this is a great tool. So I always use my piercing mat with my silicone mat to kind of protect my surface. So what I'm going to do is I take my silicone mat and I'm just going to kind of put it here. Let me get my magnetic sheet out of the way. And we're going to glue on our ribbon. So I'm taking about, I guess about that much ribbon. So if I were to measure that, that would be about 7 inches. And let me go ahead and clip this. I hope everyone is well. We're into week 8, and I know that there are a lot of states and communities that are kind of opening up. You know, we just kind of have to kind of see how it goes. I'm being rather conservative, and I'm going to wait as long as possible before I go back to my hairdresser and nail tech. Okay, so I'm going to take, I can take some snail, okay, and put it there. And then I just kind of attach my ribbon, or you can use tear tape. And then I take my glue, and I'm just going to put my glue around, and I'm going to put it on top of my ribbon because I really want to kind of make sure this thing doesn't pull out. The other thing you can use besides the snail is, as I said, is you can use tear tape. Now we just want to go ahead and put this on top. So we have the top right here. And what's nice about the glue is then you can kind of slide it around until you get it, you know, nice and sandwiched. All right, so I'm going to put this aside and let that dry for a minute while we put these together. So I'm going to bring in my my piercing mat. Okay, so the way this has to go is like this, and I have a little box of brads, and this is a really neat little box because it's got all kinds of colors. So I really like, look at that, I really like this nice copper look, so I'm going to pull out some of them. Now, to make this work, and let me go ahead and grab one that's already put together, because this is important. I almost messed that up. If you open this up, you'll notice that our sentiment is upside down, right? When you kind of look at it from right side up, it's upside down because you swing that around and your sentiment comes out to the top, and then you can go ahead and write something right there. So to put these two pieces together is you want to turn this upside down, and then you want to lay your top exactly where you want it, and you want to pick your sentiment so that it goes over, or it's completely covered by your top piece. Okay, so our first brad is going to go, and let me get my piercing tool here. Our first brad is going to go, and I'm just going to go ahead and put it, you know, right here, and I'm going to punch that, and yes, it's upside down, and then I'm just going to stick my brad in there. And that is, I've got gold. I'm going to have to put the gold one because I have gold little gilded things. Yeah, that looks a lot better because it kind of goes with the gold. All right, and you can see how that works. Okay, so then we're just going to flip this around, and we're going to close our brad. Now, I guess if you wanted to reinforce your second circle, you could, but I more or less just kind of reinforce the first one here with that extra paper on the back. So now we're going to take this circle, which is kind of the easiest of them all, line it up, one on top of the other one right there, lay it down, get your punch, and then just go ahead and punch there in the center. And then I'm going to get a gold brad. I'm just going to punch it in there, flip this around, and so make sure this month as you post cards that you do put the hashtag Stamping Fusion, or making, I'll put the hashtag out. That way I can ensure that I can call up everyone's, it's a little tough when you're trying to make sure you count all the cards. So I want to make sure everyone gets credit so you can get your free gift. So there you go. So that one is done. So wasn't that easy? there it is. It's all done. So let's go ahead and put this one together real fast since we're here and we're chatting. Remembering that this goes upside down like that. And we're just going to line that up. And I want that to be on the top. And we're just going to punch. I don't know where I got my brads. Hey Tina, hello there. I don't know if you were on, but you were recognized for your 83 comments for the month. And Tina, you're also recognized for that you took, like I'm demonstrating this. You took it a step further and you created a card and posted it, which was really nice because then everyone could see how everyone takes a technique and kind of interprets it how they want to use it, which I think is what Stamping Fusion is all about. Sharing techniques and ideas, understanding that we all come from you know, we all have different experiences and we can share them. Look at that. So there's that. You see how easy? It's very pretty and it's very easy to do. And we can go ahead and slip this in this 3x3 envelope. And there we go. You have a nice little gifty or something. Even it could be a little gift card that can go on a gift or a present, and you can decorate it any way you want. Okay, so now let's go back to this one so I can show you that we glued this. Okay, and the stamp I'm going to use here is I'm going to take this one, right, and I'm using this stamp here from I believe this is the orange. No. This is that wonderful set of dies that comes with this set right here. This will be in the new catalog, but it will not be as a bundle. So if you want to get this and get your 10% discount, you need to buy this now as part of the current annual catalog, because it will be more expensive if you try to get the dies and the stamp set together. But I have been consistently using it. In fact, this is what I used for this card as well. And where is that? Let me show you the card that I just did with that. Well, I don't know where I put it, so I am not. Oh, here it is. So here's this card. I just wanted to show how I used that on the inside. And it was using this sentiment and using these layered dies. I just think that is just so easy peasy. So there's a little hint about that set. Okay. So now I'm going to use some Memento Black, and I'm going to stamp this. I don't need my mat because I'm working with a cling. I just want to make sure I get that. And there's our sentiment. Let me put this away. Okay, so let's pull this back here, and we're going to glue this piece on here. And the stitched frames, you have to make sure that you kind of look at them, and you want to put the pretty stitched, because sometimes the back is, even though you have holes, they don't go all the way through, but it looks like it goes all the way through on the front. So you want to flip that around and put your glue so that you kind of get that pretty stitching on the top. So let me just go ahead, and we're just going to put this. Again, I love using the glue because the glue helps me to kind of, gives me a few minutes to kind of make sure I can kind of move it with my thumb and fix it. Now, I don't know if you noticed, you see this thumb? Do you know what this thumb is? This thumb is gel nails. You fill up the form, and you put the form on your nail. It dries under a UV light, and you pop it off. And then this is an acrylic nail. So I'm trying to do, this nail's the one I had a little bit of mold in, so I popped it off, I cleaned it, and then I just wanted to do something fast. What do you think? Tina, have you ever heard of, like the gel nails? Pretty cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and put this together. And we're going to put this upside down like this. It's going to go covered here. And we're going to do that there. And we're going to punch that right there. Oops. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to put a gold brad. Monica, I'm glad to hear that everyone is doing well in your family. And you're in Pensacola, you're right down the street. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead, see, that came out like that. And then we're just going to go ahead and open that up, and let's put on this one. Now, I guess you could, no, you can't do it that way. I have to stop thinking so much. Sometimes I can think and get myself in trouble. So we'll just go ahead and make sure that's covered. That's how you do it. You have to make sure your top one's covering your bottom one. Boom. Just put that one in there. I did put in my pre-order for the new catalog. I'm going to be excited to get that. I will open up my box on and share with you. Hopefully I'll get it by next week. All my stuff goes into quarantine. Mr. Chancellor puts my stuff in quarantine. Now here's something that's interesting. Notice how I wanted to make sure this brad may want to go a little higher so that it fits, kind of fits underneath that thing. But there it is. So I have done all the cards that I pre-cut so that we could have a nice fast demonstration while we're coming to you live. And I'm missing one. I don't know where it is, but it is here somewhere. And then stand by to kind of see this card, which I will be putting together, because I know that we have some new members on Stamping Fusion that I sent out some welcomes. So welcome to our new members. Please share and like, and we want to see your creations, and it gives us all ideas. That's what Stamping Fusion's all about. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a great week. Give me comments, and I didn't take up too much of your evening, about 40 minutes. So go back. It's Wind Down Wednesday. Have a glass of wine. Enjoy the evening. Come back next week and check out and see what we'll get together and do this again. Okay, Kat Chancellor, Stamp Art Connection, stampartconnection.com. Love you guys. Be happy. Stay well.